Fucker. Hi everyone. Hi. Oh god, I should have straightened my fringe before I go on here. So Dan, trying to convince everybody he's not a flaming metrosexual. Look what happens if I turn up the brightness on my screen. It's like, hi, I am the moon. This is obviously much better, because now I look like I'm in a cave. How do you manage to talk to a computer screen, OMFG? I don't know. It's a lonely life. Very lonely existence. Did they model the butt chair off you? Yeah, of course they did. That's what my butt looks like. I mean, it's not like you've seen my butt every time I stand up, ever, because my belt doesn't work, but hey. Have you listened to the new Fall Out Boy album? Dan says, singing Paramore. Yeah, I have. I need to listen to it more, although, strangely, I listened to Tyler, the Creator's new album once, and I was like, this is freaking awesome. So, I don't know, maybe the Fall Out Boy album is a blower. I didn't know if I wanted to do an apartment tour, because generally they're a bit cringy to just be like, look at my furniture. So a load of people were like, can't believe I voted for an apartment tour, look how sad Dan is that he had to make this. And I'm like, oh god, guys, I was being sarcastic. For any of you who were offended, just note that I am joking 99% of the time when I do anything. That's an instant way to understand me a lot better. What about the other 1%? I'm a goldfish. What did I just say? 99%. Did you enjoy the Twitter fight between One Direction and The Wanted? Holy crap! Yeah, all fun and games until a member of The Wanted makes a gay joke. Classy. I feel sorry for Harry Styles and Nathan because they just don't like getting involved in any drama. They're like me. Drama's happening and they're just like, do rock bands ever get in drama? It's hard to say. I mean, obviously there's like Paramore internal drama. Oh, Muse versus Oasis. It's not really Muse versus Oasis. It's more kind of like Noel Gallagher being a twat against the entire world. An incredibly talented twat. My Chemical Romance is broken up, said Beth. I know. Sad, right? I was listening to The Black Parade the other day and I was like, oh my god, this is like one of the best albums ever. Because I think I have more nostalgia for 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, but The Black Parade is just such a good album. Do you follow fans on Twitter, said Matthew? I like actually using my Twitter feed, and if I did then... Also, not to be a snarky bastard, but I don't really like the whole kind of hashtag follow spree. You know what I mean? You shouldn't see an interaction with someone famous, not that I'm famous, but as like a thing that you need to get. You know, people are like, I'm not gonna sleep until Justin Bieber or Guy from All Time Low replies me. And it's like, why? You don't need to, just like them, tweet them, maybe they'll reply and that'd be great. You don't need to cry yourself to sleep until they follow you on Twitter, because that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Finding someone on Omegle is different, because then it's like, how long do I have to sit on this website full of penises until I find a YouTuber? I mean, there's something about YouTubers and people going on Omegle that it's like, I'm making loads of young people just see loads of old man penis by doing this. Don't go on Omegle. Just don't go on Omegle. It's just penises. Not even good penises. Someone said, are you sad they closed down Vyou? Yeah, I'm sad that they closed it down. Although, I keep seeing, like, I deleted, like, loads of really old questions, because, I used to answer loads of really cringe questions, like, Dad, how do you feel about yourself? And I'd be like, I hate everything about myself. And I'm like, I watch that back now, and I'm like, that's factually inaccurate, and it sends a bad message. So I wish people would stop posting gifts of questions I answered 3 years ago, because I don't have the same answers to those questions. So, yeah, I caught a mouse the other day. I had pizza, and I put the pizza box on the floor, because I recycle cardboard, because I'm freaking Mother Teresa and Jesus rolled into one. I'm just going to put that out there. A mouse snuck into the pizza box, so I picked up the pizza box, and I shook the bottom of the pizza box into a coffee tin, put the lid on the coffee tin, went outside and put the mouse outside. Oh. Dan, what's your favourite Muse album? That's tough. I think Origin of Symmetry might be my favourite one. Absolution, Black Holes and Revelations, and The Resistance are all amazing. Tell me, guys, who in the chat right now watches Supernatural, which is when everybody who watches Supernatural suddenly comments, me! Suddenly everyone goes, ugh! Is it good? I ask you. Suddenly everyone goes, yeah, it's the best show ever! Tumblr, Twitter, or Facebook. They're all so different that that's a bit of a weird question, because Facebook is a way to kind of organize your social life. Twitter is when you tweet stuff. and Tumblr is just reblogging pics of dogs. So it's like, they're not very comparable. Yeah, I'm going to impart one little nugget of knowledge. Don't get bogged down in marketing your videos. If you're an aspiring YouTuber, don't get bogged down with how to get new audience. Instead, just try to make good videos. A lot of people these days spend too long spamming big YouTubers' videos with, hey, I'm an aspiring blogger, come check me out, which people don't like. And some people even used to like copy all the tags from Shane Dawson and Smosh videos just so they could be in the related videos. I mean, that is not the way to get your YouTube channel noticed. I'd say if you put half as much energy into making really good, cool videos that people will want to watch and talk about as most people do, coming up with clever ways to market themselves, then it will speak for itself. What should we trend? Well, it could be Ask Dan Howell, because that's freaking what it is. Someone said Ask the Tallest Lesbian. I appreciate that it could be Ask the Tallest Lesbian, but then we'd kind of be implying that sexuality and appearance have any kind of correlation, which we probably shouldn't. I'm feeling something to do with the D. Ask the D, hashtag we want the D, howl in a towel. If I ever do a live show after a shower, then we can do that. I will never do a live show after a shower, I can guarantee that. Hashtag you want the D, hashtag we want the D. I don't want the D. Why do you not have a specific schedule for YouTube? Because I don't have any help making my videos. A lot of big American YouTubers have people that film or edit their videos for them, because I have to do everything myself and do all the other stuff in my life. It takes bloody ages. So, I mean, I already have bad... it's already bad enough with getting it on the right day, never mind at like specifically 8 PM. Maybe one time in the future. Can you get your nipples out? No, I'm not going to do that. Are you and Phil going to do the Super Amazing Project again this year? We said that we were going to come back to do seasonal specials of the Super Amazing Project, but really, I mean, the Super Amazing Project just took so long to make, so we've kind of just taken all the best things about the Super Amazing Project and then put them into our radio show. So the radio show is the spiritual successor of it, because it's much more about involving the audience, but we will still do seasonal specials. What really happened with your undies in New Zealand, said at Neve 101. I was getting changed on a balcony at a hotel I was staying at in New Zealand, and then I dropped them off the edge, and then I ran down to the bottom of the building to get my underwear. It's very traumatic. Would you rather chop off your hands or go out with the Incredible Hulk? Well, are you saying going out with the Hulk or the Doctor? Going out with the Doctor, who could then turn into the Hulk, would be tense but manageable, because he seems like he's got control of it if we're going with Avengers universe. But if you're going out with the Hulk, I think he'd probably rip off my hands, so I might as well cut them off. I'm not going to read that out. If potatoes were blue, what would you call them? Why would the colour of potatoes change what they're called? Because oranges are orange. Potatoes aren't called pobrownoes. How often does the Janet's Not on Fire tag on Tumblr make you punch yourself in the face? I can't be angry at young people for acting the way that young people do. I was young once, and one day those people will be older, and they will probably look back and cringe at everything they ever did, because that's just humanity. How's the personal trainer going? Said EJ Whiskers. Moving on very swiftly. Do you like apples? I like the taste of apples, but then like apple skin is just gross. You know what I mean? My favorite kind of apple is just like a freaking green apple, sour as F green apple. That's just like you know what I mean? Do I own sparkly shoes? No. Although I saw some Giuseppe Zanotti shoes I really wanted, and I was like, should I just not pay rent this month and buy these gold shoes? But then it sucks for me. I have size 10.5 feet, but then like really cool shoes only come in like size 9 because they're designed for really short Asian guys. So I'm always like, ugh. I had my first ever proper conversation with Jenna Marbles. Last Playlist Live, I was really drunk, like every YouTuber is, and I accidentally touched her butt. Very awkward. And then I saw her again in the queue to get drinks. What does that say about me and Jenna Marbles? I've only met her twice. No, it was in an alcohol queue. I was like, I touched your butt last year. And she was like, oh, did you? That's nice. And I was like, I'm Dan. And she said, oh, that Dan guy. She was probably lying. Then we had like a 5-second awkward conversation, and she got a tequila sunrise. And then I went away, and I fangirled internally. Did you know that gelatin is made out of like pork feet? Ever since I found that, I never wanted to eat loads of Haribo, because I'm just looking at these like chewy sweets, and I'm like, that's just ground up hoof. You know what I mean? Did anyone do anything really weird to your playlist? A couple people said, can you kiss me on the cheek in our photo together? And I was like, no, that's a bit awkward. Not going to do that. You know, right, I can't really. Child predator. Can I spend 1 second just to sort out my fringe? Because like, what is going on? There we go. I won't touch it anymore. That's a lie. Do you wish your hair was naturally straight, said Josephine. Not really. I like having the option. Look what I found on the internet. Do you have anything to say for yourself, you saucy minx? There's a picture of a guy in some American Eagle pants. That's not me. That's one of the pictures of the many, many naked people that look like me that aren't me. I have a very weird face, and I don't really see anyone that looks like me, but then the internet has been very good at finding mostly gay porn stars that have my exact face, and that was a photo of one of them. You saw that. If you Google, like, Dan's lookalikes, you'll find them, although you might not want to. Whose dick are we asking? Said @currently lost. Mine. Where did your love for Delia Smith come from? Yeah, if you have no idea, I made a video 2 years ago, quite recently, called How to Make British Pancakes, which is a Delia Smith recipe for how to make pancakes. And me and Phil, my friend, have done a couple cooking tutorial videos, and we like using Delia Smith recipes as it's kind of like a running joke now. And now it's very much a running joke. I don't I like metal, but I'm not really into, like, metalcore. This is applying to, like, 10% of the people watching this. If I listen to metal, I listen to, like, Metallica, I guess System of a Down kind of count, or Trivium. I like things to be a bit more melodic, so it's not that I don't like screaming, because I really like Dimmu Borgir, who are obviously, like, freaking Norwegian Satan metal. I find that metalcore and grindcore is a bit too melody-less, unless it's really progressive. There you go, that's my mini little conversation there. Although, in relevant news, I like Bring Me the Horizon's new song. What colour braces should I get? A rainbow going from left to right. Do that, that'd be cool. Have you ever had a bad haircut? If so, explain. Yes, I am a kitty. Every single haircut I had in my life until I was about 18 and a half. When I have my curly hair, and I go into really cheap freaking barbers, where it's like £4 for a haircut, and I'm like, make me look like this guy from a band. And they're like, yeah, we usually just kind of like shave everyone's hair off. And then I went into Turning Guy, coughed over £30, and I was like, oh, this kind of works. Although now I go to some really scary London hairdresser that cuts Nick Grimshaw's hair. He's really nice, but I feel like I'm not cool enough to get my hair cut by him, so I'm just terrified. Constantly terrified. Do you guys just feel awkward when you talk to your hairdressers? Or do you like talking to your hairdressers? I feel like I'm not cool enough to have mine, so I just spend the whole time being like, who would you like to have dinner with? Anyone dead or alive? Morgan Freeman? The Dalai Lama? He'd be an interesting guy to have a conversation with. You say scone wrong, said somebody. No, you say scone wrong. I saw my first spider of the year earlier today, and I was like, it begins! It was in the kitchen. It was a freaking tiny one. It was like this big. It was like that. And I was like, oh no, this means that the worst is yet to come. How is the One Direction poster not scaring you in your bathroom? It does? It freaking terrifies me. Do you have a favourite member of Muse? Matt is Matt, and he's amazing. And then Dom, I mean, everyone wants to be like, Dom is my favourite member of Muse. And then people are like, but Chris! But then you're like, but, you know, Matt's Matt. It's too hard. Kicked the PJ said, remember this? What, the photo I tweeted with loads of cream in my hair. Loads of people freaked out. I once had my hair chemically straightened, and I took a picture of me with my hair, like, scraped loads of cream, and everyone thought I was bleaching my hair white. No, I will never bleach my hair white. Someone said they just googled the Dan is not on fire lookalikes and found a picture of a girl giving birth. So does that mean that I look like a straining woman, or I literally look like a vagina with something coming out of it? Which of the two represents my face in that situation? If anyone ever recognizes you in the street, does it creep you out when they hug straight away without asking? Generally speaking, I would prefer if someone said hi before they grabbed me, otherwise I'd probably think I'm in the process of getting murdered. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? Psych, mind reading, telekinesis. Throw sporks at people when they are mean to me. Did you know my hair smells like strawberries? You're full of lies, aren't you? What's your favourite sleeping position? I usually get into bed and just stay there lying completely straight until I get comfy, and then I just roll over. If I see a bumblebee, I'm like, I love you. I love bumblebees. Aren't bumblebees the best thing ever? Like, they're just so fat. I love bumblebees, but I hate wasps. What's the last thing you ate? How surprised are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Have I ever been to Japan? No, I haven't, and I really, really, really want to go to Japan one day. I had to play Benvolio in a production of Romeo and Juliet. Worst character ever. His speech at the end, which is like, did blah Tybalt is slain, whose Romeo's hand did not slay, and blah blah withdrawal, begged you, or something. It's just the worst. It'd be cool to be the prince and just bust into the scene like, rebellious subjects, motherfucker! Do you cringe over your old videos? Every single YouTuber in the entire freaking world deletes all their old videos. The only reason I don't do that is because I'm so freaking terrified of you guys making a massive shitstorm. And actually I like it because it shows how I've improved over time. Whenever I see my oldest videos, I'm like, I was that shit, and it serves as inspiration for anyone else that wants to start making YouTube videos. What was your least favourite subject at school? PE. It was Nazis. Don't force me to exercise, I can't do that. What? Okay. Right. What is the youngest you would date? I understand that whoever you are, why you might ask me the question, what is the youngest you would date? But I hope you also appreciate that that's a very weird question. What's your favourite video that you've made? Ever? What not to do at the cinema, I viewed as a turning point of like, this is a really good video, I'm happy with that. I Will Go Down with the Ship was the first video where the idea that I had in my head, the original ambitious idea, turned out exactly the way I wanted to. Maybe even slightly better, so I'm very happy with that one. But also my last video that I made, my apartment tour, I was really happy with it. And where's the coolest place you've ever been? The Royal Temple in Thailand, which is like a Buddhist temple where everything's gilded. That was pretty awesome. Somebody got a haircut, didn't they? Yeah, I took in a picture of Jong-un from SHINee. You like System of a Down, Kendrick Lamar, and K-pop? Welcome to the world of Dan! Here's the picture of the guy that I wanted to get my haircut like, bearing in mind that I've been walking around a tube. This is when my friend texts me just saying, penis, 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 penis. I'm not going to hold my phone up to the screen because definitely everyone's going to tweet me. What was that weirdest thing you got again? A box of tampons. With my face on it. Search Dan Mail 2 on YouTube. Do the hair the other way. Why? It looks exactly the same, but just slightly worse. It's cut to make sense this way. So if look, that just looks right. That just looks weird. Hard grammar. Does it make you laugh? It does, but I left school not knowing what semicolons do, so I never get too Nazi-ish about grammar. Like seriously, what the F is a semicolon? Please tell me. Please teach me. Da-da-da-da. Thanks, everybody. Have a really good week. This was really fun. Whatever the rest of your day is like at work or school, try not to have the worst time ever, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye, guys. It's been fun. Have a good week. Go sleep. Go do homework. Go do sit-ups and eat vegetables. Yeah.